Most people think Supercell is this game company that just makes like Clash or Brawl, and that they're small teams that make giant mobile games in Helsinki. Well, that version of Supercell is a little outdated. I've been visiting their studio in Finland for like over 10 years now. Every year I go like 1 to 5 times, depending on which game team I'm working with or if they have world finals there. And I didn't even realize they're building more than just mobile games. Not until I was researching what this Boom Beach launcher is. It sent me off down a deep rabbit hole. Then it clicked. These were all right in front of me the entire time. It's publicly visible on their website. It's all here. Everything. Yeah, but ain't nobody got time to read all of these articles. Does anyone actually read them? Supercell built the reputation on doing the opposite of traditional game studios, keeping the team small. Like in 2016, I remember visiting the Clash Royale team. They had 15 employees for everything from art, development, balancing, everything. Why that kind of worked back then is the lead designer back then explained to me they're able to deploy decisions fast. Balances that need to be done, boom, deployed. Compared to Blizzard running Hearthstone with a team of 50, balancing the live cards, and then another team of 50 arguing against each other, balancing the next season, which is really hard because it's like, oh, we gotta increase it by 1 point, but we can't. That's gonna offset everything. And then nothing changed for 2 months, which is weird though, because Supercell, Magic Archer, it's been meta for a long time. Hyperbait Supercell. Anyways, that's a different topic. We're talking about Supercell. They're known for making world-class mobile games, and they're also known for killing a lot of betas. In my opinion, that ruined their reputation a little bit. I remember when I made a video on Rush Wars, and that got hundreds of thousands of views. Clash Quest? What's this? Holy crap, it's the next Clash Royale but puzzle form. And then we got Clash Heroes, and I got like a third of the views. People just kind of lost trust. The first instinct is, why am I even going to download it? They're just going to kill it again. Well, let's get back to the beginning. 2016, Tencent buys 84% of Supercell for 10 billion. I want to emphasize though that Supercell keeps their operational independence. This means nothing. It's literally just like an investment, which I think is really smart because it's hard for devs to penetrate that market. It's one of the biggest spends in the world, and China doesn't have Google Play or the App Store, so it's not exactly easy to get into the market. 2016, they started investing in studios and backing them up. 2018, the Shanghai office opens, and this goes beyond the office in Korea where they support the publishers in Korea, Japan, and everything else. This was important, not because they launched and then killed Clash Mini, but because there's key members and the philosophy of the office is completely different. We never would have gotten chaos mode if not for the Shanghai office. 2021, that's when the North American studio was founded, and I don't think the positions are still open. But in 2021, I remember seeing the job posting. They were hiring not devs, but director level people that have experience building teams for PC or console. There's a studio in London. I didn't even know this. I've never been to this office. For context, I've been to every single other office. That's a lie. I've never been to the Shanghai office. I need to vlog this.
I flew to every Supercell HQ.
And then their biggest announcements in 2025, Clash Netflix. Now, this could be like a 2003 Hulk kind of situation, or it could be like a 2012 Avengers Endgame kind of Hulk. I hope they find good producers for this because it's so easy to mess it up. Everyone's always so fixated when the game's low. Oh, something Tencent control Supercell. They don't control nothing. That's a red herring. What happened after Tencent bought them out kind of blows my mind the more I look into this. And I've been playing Supercell games for over 12 years now, covering it for over 10 years. Live games. This company is a lot bigger than just their 5 core well, that's awkward. Squad Busters is on there. They're 5 core games, even though they bring in 290 million active users. The super system. It's like a well-oiled machine where they're building the next generation of games. In 2025, they hired Drusilla Hollanda. I'm sorry for saying your name wrong. I'm really bad with names that aren't Kannada. She was a former Heyday lead that they rehired, but is now the head of new games and reports directly to the CEO. This is such an interesting and unique niche role. It's hard to fill, but basically this article says they don't greenlight game ideas, they greenlight teams to build the next generation of the next best games. Your job is essentially to build the best teams to build the next best games for Supercell and probably oversee the Spark program, a 16-week program designed to build the next best hits, where they recruit current and or new employees to what sounds like prototyping new games or pitching the next Supercell beta game. AI Innovation Lab. AI. What does this all even mean? What is a large language model? How does a neural network work? We didn't even notice this in this article that the CEO wrote in February. It all got buried and glazed over the Barboltian and Michael Holton incident. I think there's 3 cities that they do this on. All costs, no IP transfer, no equity. Just build the next generation of games. It's a 9-week program where they throw money at people. They take no equity for participating, which if I was making a game, I'd be reluctant to go to the Supercell workshop and be like, oh, what's the catch? If I sign up for this workshop, does that mean I have to release a percentage of my rights to this company? But no, you just go there, you have fun. And worst case, you blew 20,000 and got a 2.5-month vacation in Helsinki with housing and mealing supported. But here, I think the catch is if they like your game that you're developing in this lab, they'll come up to you and be like, hey, you want us to help fund you a little bit for some equity? That's probably what they mean, where they take no equity for participating. What's the catch? Yes. There's no catch. Yeah, I knew it. If they like what you do, they'll be like, hey, you want to come to Supercell? And they may invest or hire you. I knew it. I called it. This entire thing sent me off. Like, what is an AI innovation labs? What does smarter live ops and personalization even mean? Live ops would be like stuff in game that doesn't need to be necessarily hard coded. In Diablo, they had this dungeon engine where it generated different dungeons every time. And that could be a tool in the future of AI. It's not to make art and steal people's jobs. It's probably gonna be like AI of NPCs not being so NPC. Maybe the bots in Brawl Stars will be better than your randoms and have like actual game sense and know what real game objectives are other than score ball in net good. Or the AI might corner the ball if they know there's 15 seconds left and that's the best decision to make. It's hard to really imagine what AI means in gaming right now, and I think Supercell is kind of learning about it. This is all still really ambiguous and I'm confused by it. Investments. Their investment division. Not gonna lie, I thought they only had Space Ape and that BeatStar game they had and Metacore that makes Merge Mansion. Merge Mansion is everything Heyday Pop wishes it could have been. And they invested 200 million in Metacore, but they have so many other companies under this portfolio than I ever realized, because I don't know. I don't click their stupid website. Clang Games, Nilo Technologies. Am I out of touch? I've never heard of these studios. Space Ape, I know, because Space Ape sponsored me for one of the campaigns, founded in 2012, backed in 2017, and just acquired in 2025, joining the Supercell London forces. If you go into the website, it just directs to Supercell because Space Ape is Supercell now.
They ate them.
You'd think I've heard about all these acquisitions, investments, and loans, but I just log on for my dailies and I just throw money at the emotes. The Titan engine. This is something that was just publicly announced in April. It's an internal engine because it's built specifically for mobile and it targets a full range of devices. So the way they're describing the cheapest, oldest Android sets where you can play Clash Royale on sounds like the tech is just optimizing on technical debt, where they used to focus on just making good games and they didn't put too much into code optimizations. And they just revealed that Moko is built on this new rendering backend, a novel algorithm for 3D model compression that outperforms what's available in open source. There's a ton of tech debt that they're trying to fix. There's a lot of issues with Clash Royale that held them back from inventing new features. But I think they're in a good spot now. When Squad Busters launched, the accumulated debt was impossible to ignore, and it was company-wide. Over a decade accumulated, and it was quietly degrading the device experience. They kept the culture, tiny headcount. Frank from Brawl Stars said it was easier to approve $1 million invoice than to ask for one extra person. But in 2020, the teams grew from 20 to 50 to 70 to 100 now. Game tech was stretching thin, but the Titan team is growing. And what's interesting here is that they're not forcing every game team to use this tech. They can choose whether to use the Titan engine or not. Offices. This London studio was such a big surprise to me. They got different innovations. Heyday is a dual location team, which makes sense because Helsinki and London are like a 2-hour time zone differential. Shanghai. This is a really important location. Ilka said that this is not just another location to expand the company, but to add to the games. They made Clash Mini. I think they were developing Clash Heroes before they axed it. And it goes way beyond just expansion and more about how to diversify the creativity from different cultures. If not for this location, we wouldn't have Chaos Mode or all these other experimental features that they're testing and then we're getting the best of. The San Francisco office was the first one opened outside of Helsinki, probably in like 2012, 13, 14. In 2021 though, that's when they launched the game studio. We're looking for the best talent in North America with experiences for PC and console. This was 5 years ago, but Ryan was looking for a core team, a founder that assembles people. 2023, they launched Clash of Clans and Clash Royale and Google Play Games, which is not an emulator. It's a virtualization layer, which emulate. Now, Supercell hasn't publicly admitted this to me or anyone that they're making PC or console games, but it's clear that they're no longer a phone-only company. Come this month, and they have a Windows launcher for Boom Beach. Like, what? Version 60.238? Call me crazy, but I feel like this is a Supercell launcher under the guise of Boom Beach because it's not as popular as everything else, and they're testing this in the markets right now. Does Google and Apple take a 30% cut? But if you get your players on the Supercell store on these launchers, there's no 30% fee. Looking at their job postings, Ryan was glazing how they have the best mobile games, 250. Now it's 290 million active users a month. 5 billion lifetime downloads, 10-year anniversary, each game earning over $1 billion in revenue. They're looking to build something amazing. I think it's PC and console. Think about it. We have the Titan engine. It's in Helsinki. This game studio is in North America. Moko is built on the Titan engine, but it didn't launch on PC. I wouldn't be surprised if they launched a new PC or console IP. Well, maybe not directly, but closer to like Genshin, how it's designed for mobile, but everyone plays it on PC. Is that going to be Moko, or are people going to play Moko on PC if it launches on PC? The harsh truth. Supercell is ambitious, but also ruthless. One of these articles somewhere, they celebrate killing games because they get learnings from it, and they're not afraid to say this game is crap. They've killed 12 games. No, Everdale. They killed a global game, which was Squad Busters. Oh man, I forgot about Boom Beach Frontlines. This was actually pretty decent. Flood Rush entered beta, and they're like, oh, by the way, we're killing it. The whole culture is the best teams that make the best games. That's going to be played for a very long time. And if it's not a forever game, it dies. Supercell still looks like a small company on the outside because across 5 offices, they have 900 employees. They've only shipped 5 global games. Clash of Clans and Heyday in 2012, Clash Royale in 2016, Brawl Stars in 2019. Holy crap, has it been 7 years since they've invented a new hit? It's more than just these 5 games now. It's an entire ecosystem of founders, investors, internal engines, PC, console, and Netflix series. That's the hidden side of Supercell. They didn't become bigger, they became infinite.